Okay, so recently there's a man named Donald Sterling, owner of the Clippers basketball team for the NBA. He's been caught on recording, basically talking bad about black people generally and Magic Johnson more specifically, um, to his girlfriend who was cheating on his wife also. So he's basically telling her, I don't want you to take pictures with black people. I don't want you to do anything with black people at my games. And obviously, basketball is a predominantly black sport, and that basketball team, the Clippers, is 70% black, so it doesn't really make sense, right? So now he's been fined for about $2 million. He's been fined, and he's been banned from the NBA for life. The question I'm going to answer is: was this the right thing to do? Did he was justice served in that situation? And I have to say yes, it was, because in a constantly changing society, in a society that we live in, where uh, we're always striving for racial equality, regardless of where we are right now. We're always striving for racial equality. That's not acceptable, especially in a predominantly black sport. That makes it even worse. So to put those players on the players for the Clippers in that position where they still have to play for them because that man is signing their paychecks, but also discriminate them against their people is wrong. And I feel as if the NBA commissioner has served justice by fining him $2 million, and on top of that, banning him for life from the NBA. I've heard many people on YouTube talking about how, he's doing it for the sake of doing a club. Therefore, we have to show a little bit of empathy for him. He's not 100% racist. Whatever, God knows what that means. I have to say I disagree with all of you, the majority of people that I've heard so far, because they're basically building the argument on a faulty premise that if you do something for the sake of winning a club, it's morally okay. It's if you do something unethical, as long as you're doing it to join a club or a group of people, that action is fine. So does that mean people also agree when, slave masters back in the day, a long time ago, they didn't all, I bet they weren't all, you know, extremely hatred toward African Americans in this country, but they did it to either join, that upper class of people to make money. So does that make their actions morally okay? Of course not. It's not okay. You have free will. You have the right to say what you want, but you also have the right to receive criticism from other people. And in this case, he's received both justice and criticism from other people. Now, if nothing would have been done about this, would have been an uproar, because this is unacceptable in a constantly changing society, especially with the NBA made up of black people. He's made his money off of the backs of African Americans. They played for his team. They made money. They're the ones who are doing work, playing basketball, doing all this. This leads me to my next point, a different issue. Many black people are talking about, what the Clippers need to do, right? But here's a solution to this issue of discrimination, especially in sports, especially in sports, where I'm sure it happens a lot, especially with the coaches and things like not just the owners, but each level. So what black people need to do, this is a solution, not just black minorities as well. What you need to do is first get an education. You like basketball? Don't play basketball. Own the basketball team. That's how we become. We build good to the next economic level. We're not just always playing, but we're owning. Because the first way to get respect, is through your wallet. That's how you get respect. This will not be happening if black people were owning the basketball teams, not just playing for them, throwing the ball, kicking the ball. That's not the only thing there. That's not the only option. And even broader, bigger than that, basketball. That's another issue also. I'll talk about it in a different issue about how many minorities only strive to do things that involve sports. Whereas there's many different types of. It's either sports or being a rapper. That's not acceptable. That's not acceptable at all. So basically, that's it. I'm just a message. One thing I just want to take for you to take home is it's not acceptable for Donald Sterling's actions were not acceptable whatsoever. Due process was taken to ensure that it probably won't happen again. And for all the minorities, especially black people out there, if you like something, own it. That's how you make the real money off of it. You don't see basketball players who are billionaires. The owners are billionaires. Donald Sterling never played basketball. So, thanks for watching.